Okay, hello everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank you for viewing my earlier video. I had a unprecedented 100 views, which, believe me, I never expected. But I did have a lot of complaints from my colleagues and close friends, and what they said was, well, it was too long. Some things were not clear. The audio quality was bad. So just to make them happy, I've decided to make another revision of how to add numbers and words. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the same thing which I did in the early video, but hopefully in a better way. And I really appreciate your feedback once this video is done. Okay, now the first thing that you need to do is when you try to do math in Word, Word by default does not do math. It does not do 1 plus 1 uh, equals 2. If I equals, it just does not do it. It's not if I press enter, it will not give me a result because inherently Word is a word processor. It's not a number processor like Excel is or the other programs. So what you need to do first of all is to build a table, and that can be, you can just, the simple way is to just go to the table section here on the top bar and insert table, and there you go. You have 5 times 5 row columns, 5 rows, and you have a table. You can just do, for sake of it, I'm gonna add a little make a little make it a little nice, make it a little professional. And that's the first step. Now, the second step would be to fill in the data in the cells. So I've already done this, you don't need to do it. So here I go. So here I have all of the various cells filled in. Now that's basically step one. So you're good to go. So the last part now, sorry, part two is basically the interesting part. Is basically now we need to use something which I made up personally. It's called the CARS principle. The CARS principle basically says that each cell is basically has a default name under the under software. What I mean to say is each cell has a specific name in the computer. The computer memorizes when you make a table. The by default, the computer has each cell has a name which you can't change. So it's there, regardless if you want it to be there or not. It's there. Um, so the key here is if you know the names of the cells, you can basically do whatever you want, and then whatever you want in the other cells. For example, if I wanted to add C2 and D2 and put the result in E2, I would basically go E2 equals um, C2 plus D2. Or if I were to divide the numbers by C2 divided by D2 and put the answer in E2, I just put E2 equals C2 divided by D2. So you get the picture. So you can basically put anything in here. This cell can be equals to anything as long as the cell is in the, or as long as it's referencing to a cell that is within the table. I have not yet tried other um, cells in other documents. I have yet to do that. I've not done it, so I'm not going to comment on it. Could be done. I don't know. All right. So that's the part. So basically, what you say, if you just want to remember what it is, or if you just want to remember how to name the cell, so you go by columns. That's the first letter, and R is the row. Rows are in numbers, and columns are in letters. So that's how you remember the CARS principles. Basically, a column, one row, right? Okay, so that is the CARS principle. Done with that, let's move on. So how do you actually do the math? Is to basically, for example, if I were to, now I know that if I need to have a result in E2, I just will say, okay, computer, add C2 times D2 and give me a result in E2. So this is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight the cell, all right, and I'm going to go to table, and I'm going to go to formula, and I'm going to say, okay, C2, you don't have to write E2 here, you know, it knows it's E2, so you just need to write equals C2 times D2. And you can choose a number format. Basically, this is what kind of number format you like. You can choose anyone, doesn't matter. So you multiply that, and you get C2 times D2, and you get this. Don't worry if you change the numbers, it will not automatically change. You need to you need to do something called update field, and it will do it for you. All right. So you similarly go for the third cell and second cell, and finally, when you have a sum, there are a lot of other formulas also. If I were to if I to show you all of the various functions which this has, if I say update field, all right, it's gonna update field for me. And what I need to do here is I need to add all of the above. So I can say sum above, or I can tell it to add, bear with me, E1, oops, E2 plus E3, dyslexic as usual, E4, and it gives you the same result. Now, and that's basically it. I hope you liked the updated video. If still not good, guys, let me know. I'll do it all over again. No problem. All right. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you see you in the next video. Bye.